Hey guys, so as promised, I finished watching True Detective Night Country last night. Overall, I think it was pretty good. This season was really a lot more like horror based than any of the preceding ones, and obviously I liked that vibe. As far as supernatural stuff goes, which has been kind of a recurring theme in these, they did leave it pretty open ended, I think. They don't really confirm or deny anything. Particularly in the last episode, they definitely go a lot more with the whole time is a flat circle philosophy, which I'm actually kind of happy that they did, because I don't believe that season 3 actually specifically mentioned time is a flat circle, but I remember that I had that thought in the final episode, the final frame of the final episode, when you see the kids riding their bikes down the street. That doesn't ruin anything if you haven't seen season 3. I just had that thought, that time is a flat circle thought. Like, I wonder if that's what that was supposed to be. So the fact that they kind of confirm that and they go back to that, and there's the spiral pattern. There are many things in this season that are left very much open-ended. You find out, obviously, what happened to the girl. You find out what happened to the scientists. But there are certain other aspects of the occurrence that you don't really know. They weren't performed by anybody who was involved with anything that's revealed. And it does kind of make you wonder, because they mention like the Tuttle Corporation. They don't really incorporate that to any great degree, which actually, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, to me was a little bit disappointing, because I mean, maybe they have like something in their head and they're building up to something else. I will say that if they do a 5th season and they decide to kind of further this, the whole, Tuttle Corporation thing, and like the time is a flat circle, and they keep going with that theme, I think that that's okay. And they keep, again, riding that line between, is it supernatural, is it just philosophical? I'm on board. I do think that Issa Lopez should probably step aside and let a new creator do the next season, because while this didn't cross the line for me personally, it did for a lot of people out there. Okay, there were a lot of like political leanings in it, and there's something about the ending, about the way things unfold, that is, to me, very much on the nose. I'm not saying that it's not satisfying, but it is very much on the nose. And while I don't feel that the show crossed that line into like the hyper segregationist, it is sort of like, okay, we get it. White man, bad. Native, good. Let's put it this way, because again, I'm giving this show a favorable review. Were this a different time and the exact same show as it was portrayed was made, I'd be like, that was pretty solid. But it's just, again, it's kind of, I can't watch something like that now without just being like, where's this going? Where's this going? Where's this going? Any minute now, we're going to just cross into complete and total absurdity. I liked the characters. I liked the fact that, because I'd mentioned this in a previous video, I liked the fact that Navarro and Danvers come together in the last couple episodes. They do not particularly like each other, and that's fine, because again, the Russ and Marty kind of dynamic, but like Russ and Marty worked together. As much as they pissed each other off and called each other out on their own bullshit, they worked together to get the case done. They sort of like obsession bonded over this case that took like a generation to solve. So I really do like that for those last couple episodes, Danvers and Navarro worked together, so we had that sort of like Russ and Marty dynamic. If I could rank this season, it would be my 3rd favorite. The first True Detective, once again, was lightning in a bottle. It will never be equaled. It will never be obviously exceeded. It's just like the perfect. If they didn't want to make any other seasons afterward and those 8 episodes were just True Detective, I would be 110% fine with that. True Detective season 3 is something that I would recommend fans go back and watch again, because it's not lightning in a bottle, but it's about as close as you can come to like matching the tone of the first one. And it works in and feels very, very similar without like a copy and paste framework. This season, again, I wish they toned it down a little bit. The writing was good. The horror angle was good. The setting was good. They made direct mention to the time as a flat circle thing. It seems like it's coming together into a cohesive story, but it's kind of, it's a little iffy in parts. It's not the best season. And then season 2, honestly, I have to go back and rewatch that again, but I always found season 2 kind of boring. I didn't much care for it, but I'll give it another watch. But yeah, so anyways, True Detective Night Country, it's like, it's fine. It's if you like The Thing, you know, you'll definitely probably appreciate some of the imagery in this. If you're a fan of the show, 50-50, man. It's a roll of the dice. If you think it's worth it, go for it. I'm not gonna like hardcore, bro, you need to see this. It's like the best since season. I'm not gonna do that to you, because it's not. You know, I found it fascinating. I think that maybe I'll like it a little bit more upon a second viewing, when I'm not kind of on the edge of my seat the whole time as to whether or not they're gonna go off the rails. Some people had a problem with the writing. I didn't mind the writing so much. Except where it did veer a little bit too much into, you know, white man bad, native good. I'll watch it again. I thought it was passable. If that sounds like something that you want to risk watching, go for it, but I'm not going to confirm whether or not you, as a True Detective fan, are going to like it or not. I say it's a roll of the dice. Go for it if you want. Sit it out if you want. Up to you. So if you liked this, feel free to give a like, possibly subscribe if you wish. And that's all she wrote.